Hello there, it's me, Rama, and I'm demoing this game that I'm making. I have my melee weapon here, my melee weapon plugin. See if I can beat this guy. Come on, fellow. I'm gonna get you. I got him! Come here, thing. Whoa. Hut, hut, hut. I got that one too. Gonna run up here, get this. Oh, I missed. I'm gonna instantly reload. And look, these gems are back, right? I can recollect them. Then reload, now they're back again. So I have this instant reload game, and I have this pressure plate here. When I activate it, shoots into the air, locks into position. That's all my custom C++ code for that part. Then I reload the game, and look, the gems are back. However, this pressure plate didn't get restored, because I haven't done the save system for it yet. The way the pressure plate works is it operates with the level blueprint. I have this pressure plate thing here. This is my C++ code exposed as blueprint nodes to do these individual rotation movement things. So I activate the pressure plate, everything's great. However, the way my save system works for individual actors with components is it destroys the original actor, makes a new one, and that new actor, when it spawns, is not the same from the level blueprint's perspective. Over here, the reference to this pressure plate was no longer valid, so I can't use that method. The method I can use, however, is global save data. So I've created a global save actor. That's this thing, right? If we edit the blueprint of this is a global save component. And it doesn't have anything in here because I actually made a custom Rama save component for it. So you see here, global save component. You can make a new one for yourself by typing Rama. And once you have the Rama save plugin, you can make your own custom Rama save component. And in that component, I have various global save data. So the reason I want to use global save data is because I don't want to destroy these actors, because then the level blueprint can't find them. So for data that you want to save, for things that you don't want to destroy in the world and then recreate, which it's great for things like AI, but not so good for like level mechanics and levers and stuff. So here I have a bunch of variables that I want to save about this pressure plate that I've made. This is the entire pressure plate code. And so I have created a structure for that. Pressure plate structure, you can make a structure by going to blueprints, structure here, right? So I've added all the variables that I want to save here. And now in here I'm making an event to load from the save struct that I just made, right? So now, what is this long name? Activates once. That's a really current value. What is that? That's really interesting. I've never seen that. So now I want to load from the save data. I'm breaking out this pressure plate struct, and I'm sort of midway through the process. So I haven't actually finished the process because I wanted to finish it with you together. So here's the global save component. This is the global save actor. It's really just a billboard with the global save component, and this actor will get destroyed and recreated. But for actors that you don't want to destroy, then you plug all the info in here. And any variables that you put, not in there, but in the component, any variables that you put in a subclass of the Rama save component will be automatically saved. So all these arrays are getting saved. So let's continue the process. So I have this pressure plate. I want to load its state from save data. I brought out all these variables, and I'm setting them now to these members. They're named the same, so it's easy to figure them out. Right? Activates once, basically just brought out activates once, right? And I just set them all. Now I'm going to set them all using a sequence for cleanliness. Here we go, going to make a bunch of these. And I'm just going to connect everything because I'm ready to save. Now, you could, instead of having individual variables, you could have the structure be the member variable and then break it whenever you want to use it. However, then, every time you access an individual variable like this, you have to break out this huge struct over here. So I think I prefer just to do this sequence instead. Alright. So now I have all these variables that are going to get loaded from structured data. So this structured data created here, this pressure plate structure, this is the structure I'm going to be working with. And now I'm actually going to, in my global save, this is for the whole game. So it's one actor and it's one component, but it's for the entire game. I'm going to make a new variable here. It's going to be of type pressure plate structure. And this is going to be an array. This is going to be pressure plate data. Right? Now, one other key feature is I need to identify each pressure plate that's been placed in the world. If I make another pressure plate, I need to be able to identify it. So for that, I've made a save vibe. It's just a string, and what I'm going to do in game is for each instance, if you type in save vibe, I'm going to just keep track of these numbers, and if I make another one, they shouldn't have the same value, so this will be 2, and I'll just keep track of that. That's how I uniquely identify the pressure plate within the world. So with all that info understood, now let's go back to making the save system. So here, this needs to be consolidated. So I need to actually, because I want to now add a new one, do dot, bring this out, and this entire thing, this was for, what was this for? That was for the SMAs, the static mesh actors. We'll call this joy SMA, stick that over there. I like to keep everything organized, because the more organized you are in the beginning of the game, the easier time you will have as the game development process gets further and further along. Further you go, oh, and if you have a for loop within a for loop, always use the first one to say when you're done, because when this completes, you still have many more rounds of this one to occur. So take that and collapse that, and that's going to be joy SMA load. Alright, so what I want to do is there's going to be a bunch of pressure plates in the world, and I want to find them all and save them to disk. Now to do that, I need to create an array of the save names. So I'm going to duplicate this, and this is going to be pressure plate save names. Now I'm going to, with my save system, there is a save event and a load event that are automatically called for you by me from C++, and these events are where, in a global save data structure, this is where you create everything. If you wanted to make your own global save actor, you just make a new actor class, and then you create a new global save component like I demonstrated before, typing in Rama here, creating your own component, and then you just add the component to the list. Add component, and then you would find global save component there, right? And that's all there is to it. I just made it added the billboard just so you can see it in the world, because it's positioned right here. There's the global save data. So that's all there is to that. Now I'm going to break this section of the video and start again shortly. Alright, so let's continue. So I have these pressure plate save names. I have the pre-save event. So in the pre-save, I want to find all the pressure plates. So I'm going to clear this in case there's any previous data. It's always the first thing to do. Now I'm going to do get all actors of class, and I'm going to use the pressure plate, which is again a blueprint only entity. Just demonstrating you don't need, I have the C++ code in the plugin, but you don't need to do the C++ coding yourself to use my system. This is all blueprint only at the moment, the new stuff that I'm adding. Now I want to get each thing, and I want to add the name. So I want to get, and I want to add, and I want to get the save vibe, and I want to add it, but I also want to get the pressure data here. So I want to get it, and I want to add. Now, I've got a bit of a problem because I don't have a get save data written, so we're going to write that together. So going back to here, so here I have load from save data, but I also need save data. custom event first. Add custom event, save data. And that actually needs to be a function. So save data. And it can be, so let's call it get save data. And it can be pure, but the output needs to be the pressure structure. Alright, and the output name is data to save. Now, I need to take this thing, split it, and I need to plug in the variables. Not complicated. Actually, this part's the easiest because of that neat little feature that they all connect. Get this one, get this one. Now, you have to do this kind of series of steps for any actor that you don't want to destroy and recreate. For actors you don't mind recreating and you don't have in the level blueprint, you don't have to go through this process. You have a much simpler process, which I've demoed in previous videos. This is for things that you really don't want to destroy. So that turned out to be really painless, actually. Get save data, right? So now I'm going to show you how to use it. Back again in our global save data. This is for the whole game. Now in this one section, we're now doing the pressure plates, and I'm going to say get save data, right? Connect that to that, and this. So for every pressure plate data, I have a save vibe. There's 2 arrays, and their indices always line up. So if I find this save vibe, I know it goes with the same index, it goes with this save data, right? Okay, so now in the loading process, I'm going to get all actors of class, because again we didn't delete them, so now I'm going to find them again. Find the pressure plate, and I'm going to do for each, and I'm going to say for each in here. Now I need to find which one lines up, so I need a for each loop here, find out which pressure plate lines up with which index here. And now here, I need to say if these match, so save vibe, the save vibe of the actual pressure plate, does it equal the, I like the case insensitive version, to be honest. Case insensitive. I need to find out if they match, and if they match the index that I have in my stored array. Basically, I'm finding the pressure plate in the world that has the index that I'm looking for. This one has an index of 1. If I made another one with 2, it'd have 2. I'm trying to find that exact pressure plate in the world. I can't do it by position because the position of the plate changes during game time. So I'm looking it up by the save vibe. You just have to make sure that you, in the level blueprint, make sure these names are unique. And then go here. Now if the names match, if I found that one, I want to get this, I want to get the index. Now here's the tricky part. I need to use the array index of the save list because over here they're made to match. These two always line up. So here I can just connect this, not that one, the array index of the for each loop, connect that to get the right data. I already have the right pressure plate from here, so now I say set or load from save data, right? And then plug in the save structure if they match. And that's all. That's all there is to it. So to review, 2 arrays, the indices line up between these 2 things. Go through every pressure plate in the world, save off the vibe and its data, then go through every pressure plate in the world, find the one that matches from the save data, find the index, use the index for the secondary array from this one because they're going to match, and then I can load the data. Now in loading from save data, one thing I didn't do, even though I'm setting original position, the final thing that I need to do is I need to set the actor location to match to be where it was originally. So the original position is here, right? I think it looks a little more cleaner if I do it this way. Alright, so now with all of that done, now let's go in game and see if it worked. I did this all on the fly with you. I haven't tested it. Go! So here, and now I'm ready to reload, and look! It's gone! Where did it go? I have no idea. It must have gone to the origin. So that means that the save data didn't get saved. So let's go over to puzzle. Now we've got another puzzle on our hands. Get save data. Set. Here's get save data. Original position. Original position. Data to save. Original position. I don't know. That to me looks like it's saving just fine. So let's see if loading. Does loading sequence pass through correctly? It's a sequence, so there shouldn't be. I mean, obviously it worked because it set it to the origin. We can prove that by doing a print string here and see that it says the origin. So let's verify our theory, or at least my theory, that it's going to the origin, right? So this thing goes, and we're ready to load, and look, it says origin. The little yellow thing said origin. So it went to the origin. Now, you and I need to find out why. So let's go over to here, global save data, and we have to look at this process here. Go through the loop body, add, pressure plate, add, get save data from the pressure plate. That should be all there is to it. Let's look here. Find every actor for each loop. Get here, here, here. Huh. Looks pretty simple to me. I don't actually instantly see what's going on here. So, this video needed to be cut anyway, so give me a moment and I'll be right back. Alright, so I found my mistake. Remember I said it's important to clear the array each time you run pre-save? Well, I forgot to clear this array as well. I cleared this one, but not this one. Very important if you're using this array system I'm showing you. When you save, clear any previous data before you then load. So because as soon as I added this, that issue went away. Here I was verifying that the data was getting saved correctly, which it is, so I don't need that anymore. And over here I was verifying, where was I verifying? Let's go to the event graph. Over here I was verifying that it loaded correctly. Don't need that anymore either. So again, the critical fix was to do this. Okay, so now if I go in game, activate my pressure plate, go over here, 1, 2, 3, go! Look! Well, forget that part. Look! The pressure plate is back in its original position, and it even activates again because using this method of global save data, it doesn't destroy the actor, so it still works with the level blueprint, so everything is great. Look, it works! Yay! So now, I have just completely added this new feature to the game. Now, you can review the video to see all the steps of this process, but a very general overview is you have one actor for the entire game, that is your global save data actor, and you make a custom save component. And I've demoed how to do that several times. In the custom save component, you've got all the variables for things that you want to save globally. Now, to save these things globally, you, for whatever type of actor it is, again, this is a blueprint-only actor, you make a structure that contains all of your variables that you want to save, which I have done over here. Here's all the variables that I want to save. You create two custom events. One is load from save. Well, you create one custom event, load from save, and you have to create one function. Now the reason this has to be a function, get save data, is because it needs to have a return value, and the events don't have return values. So, and this is just such an easy syntax to use. You just split the structure, return the structure out, and that's all. And in your event graph, load from save, you just save all your here we're loading, so we got the save data, so we're taking all of our variables here, and we're setting them from the structure. That was just the print string. Then the last thing is anything that we need to do upon loading, like change rotation, change anything else, change materials, we could do. Speaking of materials, the reason that we don't have to, the default material for the pressure plate is actually this kind of straight red thing, whereas in game, I'm using a different material that's also reddish because I like red. But the reason we don't have to change that back is because we're not actually destroying the actor. We're keeping the original actor. That's why we're going through this extra step of work. However, what my save system is doing for you is with this global data system, you can run any operations you want on pre-save and post-load to then reload the state of the game, finding each unique actor by this save names and the save vibe. So the save vibe system, again, you just have a simple string, and then for each pressure plate that you make, you just make sure to set it. And with that system in place, I have successfully created this thing that moves and is a fully dynamic part of the game, but then I can instantly reload the state of the game, and it works with the level blueprint because again this thing is tied to the level blueprint so that I can activate this other thing which is also tied to the level blueprint. So this is how you work with level blueprints as well using my save system. So now I can activate the pressure plate, gather up, well, not very many of those coins, gather up a few more, beat this fellow up. Oh, or not. Okay, start over. Come on, thing. Gonna win. Come on. Let's go. Got him. And hey, let's get this nice shield over here, which I started with. Get that guy. And let's see if I can beat this fellow. Come on. I got him! Hey, let's see that again. Now I can restart. Everything's back. And that's a demonstration of my save system. Enjoy. Hello there, it's me Rama, and I want to demonstrate how easily we can add additional pressure plates now that we've created one. So I'm going to create a huge one and bring it down, maybe that much, right? And I'm going to change the material. I want to use this nice one here. Right, maybe it was black, that'll be fun. Right, and now what I want to do is, you remember how I had that save value here? So the save value here is 1, this one's 2. All I need to do to set this additional plate up for my whole save system is just change that one number. That's it. Everything else is automated. So now, if I go in game, activate it, and reload, there it is, right? Now notice how it comes back up. The reason it comes back up is because it's currently set to activate continuously. So I'm activating, this is a pressure plate that can only be activated once now. So activate there, reload, and look, it's now part of the save system. Now let's make it actually do something. To make it do something, we have to right click, add event, and I want activate. The way I set that up within the blueprint is under here. You see event dispatcher. I want to send out this event and I want to know who activated it. And so when I activate it, I call this delegate or this event. Now the level blueprint recognizes those. So if I say add event, activate, which is my own custom one, actually exists. And actually I can make this look a little prettier. See how it says add event or jump to event, activate, which I thought I just deleted. I guess I didn't. You see how it says default here? We can change that to actually show our class so it's more obvious where it's coming from. So under event dispatcher here, instead of saying default, we can say pressure plate. And now it'll be much more obvious what that is, the fact that that's a custom list. So now I right click, say add event, look, pressure plate. So now I know what I'm doing here in the level blueprint. Now I can have it do something, and we're just going to have it do something to this actor. We're just going to have it destroy the actor, just because that would be fun. But I'm just showing you how quickly and easily you can create per instance blueprint coding. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! That's that. and instant reload, and I'm back, and I can do it again, and reload. So now that you just saw it, that was the whole setup from adding more pressure plates that do more custom logic to my game. Whee! Oop, I missed. Let's try that again. Gonna make it. Ah, and I did it. Now I'm up here. Look, I can see the world. So, instant save and load. I have proof I'm instantly saving and loading. I'm talking continuously and I'm killing the character and reloading the game with my instant save system. So, that was just a quick demo of how easily you can add an additional pressure plate. One more demo just to show how easy it is. Let's bring another one and just do something else real quick. Now watch how long this takes. So I bring in the blueprint. Alright, gonna shrink this one down. Bring in the blueprint, position it where I want it, and just do that. Let's lower it like that. Now, gonna get the color I want here. Gonna use wood this time, right? And going to, all I need to do to set it up with the save system, type in save and pick my next save item, which is going to be 4. And I want it to activate only once, right? And that's all. Well, as soon as I enter the vibe, I've already done adding it to the save system. Now let's make it do something. Add event, activate. When this one activates, we're going to print a message. Have fun today, because I'm saying goodbye for now. Alright, that's it. Okay, so now go in game, and it says have fun today. But you know, it only says it once. I have to reload the game, and look, it's back! And have fun today. Right, it goes off once. Have fun today. Goodbye. Reload! Can do it again. Have fun today. Goodbye. And that's all there is to it. That is instantaneous save and load system. Kind of scared of that big plate. Oh, there we go. Have fun.